Shafiq.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Golfballing Podcast, episode number 140. I am actually joined here by two guests. We haven't had guests here on the podcast in a very long time. What's up, Sean? What's up, Nick?
So this is Sean. For those who don't know, that was our host, Jaswichi Washa talking. That's his new Skype name. It's just kind of a collection of noises.
Real quick, you can also watch us on YouTube, as it seems like at least 50 of you do to this point every episode. So thank you to you 50, although I don't know if all 50 of you are going to be listening right now. So go listen to the Golfballing YouTube. 50 and a half. Go listen to the Golfballing YouTube channel. Every episode is released right after we release it. So
yeah, I think every episode is released after we release it. That's a great point there, Jackson.
I was waiting for that.
No, super intelligent. I'm really
yeah.
No, that actually surprised me. I didn't know that the podcasts are released when they're released.
I'm glad that Nick was the one to catch that.
Yeah.
I get tired of having to deal with Jackson.
Look.
Get tired of dealing with Jaswichi.
Jaswichi week weef. For the people on YouTube, maybe you'll see it. But
did you say Jaswichi week weef?
That's the last name. Weequeefy. Anyway. All right. Ryder Cup boys. USA.
Yeah, who predicted a large win for the US?
You did. I went back and listened.
I did.
I also my first guess though was 23 to 23 to 5.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
So I mean,
but it wasn't that ridiculous. I know.
Yeah. I was 4 off in the first pick, and then Sean was 16 and a half, I think.
Yeah.
So, and then Jackson was like, "You're up." So
I also did predict a 3-1 lead after the first round on Thursday.
Yeah. And I predicted Scotty Scheffler.
Not a goat. Yes, but you did predict.
I said he was a goat.
For those of you who don't follow our Twitter at Golfballing Pod, Nick did text me like right before the tee time. He was like, I just have a feeling Scotty is going to be wrong today, which at the time was a pretty crazy statement to say.
Yeah, I put $30 on. I mean, I didn't do any sports gambling.
He advised us to put $30 on.
I advised to put $30 on the plus 230 odd line for, it was like a $30 bet to win like 110 or something, or maybe it was less. I can't remember. I don't know what it was. Maybe 30 to 150 or something. That makes more sense. But yeah, no, that was like, as soon as you saw him in the vest with his hands in the pocket, like Scotty Scheffler's a vest guy.
Yeah, and he's got his last name there. No, that was Cantley.
Cantley's got the sweater with the last name on the sweater. Do we want to go back to when it started, or like do we just talk about the final day? Where do we go?
I'd say final day. I mean, I already did a recap. Well, I don't know if you have any points. I've got like various points to bring up today, but
that's good.
Yeah.
Do we want to start with something that'll make Jackson feel nice?
Sure.
Rory's post round interview.
Oh yeah, of course.
That was so cool. Like,
yeah.
As much shit as Nick and I like, giving Rory and giving you for liking Rory.
Do you mean that you actually you both really like Rory, but don't like me? Is that what you meant to say?
I love listening to Rory speak. I think he's one of the more intelligent players on tour.
Because he's from Northern Ireland.
Well. I just think he expresses things very well. He gets very honest in his pressers. So I always really look forward to those.
Yeah. I predicted the Rory stuff like spot on. Like this could be his last Ryder Cup. I think that's why he was teary-eyed.
There's no way it'll be Rory's last Ryder Cup. He even said in his presser, like,
I can't
I
wait
look
to
forward.
come
Yeah, I look
back.
forward to playing in many more of these. And,
I don't.
I was like,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
many
one.
more.
Yeah, many more. Maybe two.
You could have thrown in hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. You have John Rahm saying like, hopefully I'll like be here the next time, and I'm like, you're the number one player in the world, John Rahm. You're amazing. Yeah, you're gonna be here.
I mean, in fairness, if they're still picking Poulter, like they'll probably keep picking Rory.
Yeah, they'll pick Rory
They'll-
when
they'll-
he's like
they'll beat
200th
that
ranked
dead
in the
horse.
world. Yeah. Yeah, he's the wonder child of the team here. I mean, this was amazing. I've never had more fun watching a Ryder Cup. And all the takes I had about is the Ryder Cup fun to watch I was blown away. Whistling Straits, greatest golf course in the world, in my opinion. Great Ryder Cup venue.
I also just, not even specifically about Whistling Straits, I always just like Ryder Cups hosted by the U.S. a lot more.
Agreed. You
Because,
get to watch it at the
you
right
know,
time.
the U.S. fans get a little more out of control than the European fans, which all of Europe hates, but it's just so much fun.
I actually, that really pissed me off this week.
What pissed you off?
Europeans and Americans getting angry at booing. I thought
so
it was absolutely ridiculous.
You're pro booing?
I'm 100%.
Is it a sport? Is it a team event?
I was just asking you to.
No, I know.
Asking you to clarify. I wasn't.
I'm just giving my opinion on it. That's how strongly I feel. If you follow our Twitter, I tweeted about this like way too many times. It's ridiculous, and it's like it was mainly European fans, but I don't want to say it was only because there was a lot of American fans where I'm like reading tweets and it's like, are you freaking kidding me? This is absolutely ridiculous. It's as if like what's the most popular sport in Europe? It's soccer. Have none of these people ever watched a soccer game in their whole freaking life? It's absolutely ridiculous.
Soccer fans are ruthless.
That's what I am saying. And so it's like, oh, like, are they supposed to be rooting for Europe at this? Like, are American fans supposed to be rooting for Europe? No, it's freaking dumbasses. Like, literally go back, watch film, educate yourself before you go on Twitter and make these ridiculous statements. Because if you go back to any Ryder Cup 2 years ago in France or 3 years ago in Paris, they're booing America. That's what the Ryder Cup is about. That's what we live for every 2 years. It's just ridiculous to me.
Yeah, I think so. First of all, just you need to keep in mind these are golf fans, and a lot of golf fans have a tendency to be very soft.
Yeah.
It's moments like that where you need to be watching on YouTube. Nick just got up to like go to the bathroom, knocked his whole computer over. If I were him, I would just log off. That's it for the pod. That's it for Nick.
You can like static.
And to continue my point there, European fans just love acting like they're so much better than the U.S. fans, and they're just not. Like, both sides root pretty hard for their team, but I just personally enjoy the U.S. hosted events more because I think the U.S. fans are more fun.
I do. I agree.
Like them tossing beers out on Saturday, that was sick.
Yeah.
Sorry for the technical difficulties there.
Nick, you should just log off.
We're talking about a hot talk topic.
Also, that hat kind of makes you look a little bit more like Scotty Scheffler than John Rahm, if I'm being honest.
Great, that's the
You've
look
kind of
I'm
got you got a bit of the Scotty Scheffler head shape.
Yeah,
I think I'm a mixture of both.
If you shave the beard, I think you'd be more Scotty Scheffler than John Rahm.
We compared you to Scotty Scheffler before.
Yeah, I think I'm a mixture of both, and I think that's why they're two of my favorite golfers.
Maybe it's because I've also just got a picture of Scotty Scheffler up on my phone right now, so I'm just kind of looking at you two.
Yeah,
you should create a team, like a third team for the Ryder Cup of people who look like European and American golfers, and you can kind of like be the captain for them.
Sounds good to me. Also, I'm just gonna say this. I have a take of, I think not only should the booing be embraced. I think why is golf? Why do we need silence when people are hitting shots? I'm all for just screaming at the top of your lungs and trying to like it's just like football, you know?
Every other sport also.
Home field advantage, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Every other sport, like why do you need to like how amazing would it have been if you're like standing over a 3-foot putt and just hear screaming, you're gonna miss it, and just like people yelling and everyone's loud. Like now that is something I want to see.
On Friday, the announcers were like surprised that I think they made a point with JT first where it was like, I'm kind of surprised he didn't keep going while he hit it.
That's what I want to like if I ever played in a Ryder Cup, which is probably a 0.0006% chance, and that might be too high.
You're missing a few zeros, yeah.
Generous. Statistically speaking, pretty generous.
Yeah. I mean, that's again a very, very small.
This is in a world in which 99% of the United States population gets murdered, and Nick is one of the few golfers left.
Okay. Anyway, I would get like the entire crowd pumping, before I hit, and like keep it going. I think that would be the coolest way.
I will say, just speaking of JT, Ryder Cup JT is one of my favorite JTs.
Yeah.
Like him leading the USA chant was electric. Although I feel like we got to talk about his beer chugging first, because everyone kept saying that JT shotgunned it. He just went for the regular chug, drank maybe a quarter of it, and then spiked it so that he didn't have to finish the rest.
I'm sure it was pretty warm though.
No, here's the thing: is in those situations, what you got to do is pour out. Like you don't start the chug, you open it, you pour like half of it out, and then like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it, and then. Because then, like, that's when you get the memes and stuff. No one's going to see you, like, open it and pour it out.
Well, yeah, he's pouring them out for the past American Ryder Cup players. That's who he's pouring them out for.
Exactly. And then he shotguns it. But
pour it out for T. Woods.
Yep.
Because, again, you just... All the shotguns and stuff, like, the celebrations, I will say, they're kind of a cringy group of guys.
They're golfers.
Yeah,
but like
none of the celebrations really looked that fun.
Like everything was a little like cringy in that aspect. And then I was like, damn, I like no, but I was like, yeah, I play like the Brooksie stuff. I don't want to get into that yet, but like the hug, and then like you heard like the Brooksie, and I'm like, oh, this is just like cringy. I don't know why.
Although during the celebrations, I will say, watching DJ the whole time was my favorite.
Yeah,
he looked so fucked up.
He was so fucked up, and they all knew it too. And like when Brooks, that's why I posted the sniffling straights meme, because it's like, I mean, even Xander was a little bit like.
No, they were all like that. There were a bunch of Sheboygan drug dealers that had a great night that night.
I saw a tweet that was like, let's just give the Nicholas Jacklin Award to the drunkest player here, Dustin Johnson. Also, can we talk about how fucking stupid that award is?
Everyone was talking about it all week for no reason, as if anyone gives a fuck except Jack Nicklaus.
I got so mad every time that commercial came on. Like, I am so sick of hearing about that fucking concession. I don't want a sportsmanship award. I want these players to try and rip each other's fucking throats out.
Do you know who won?
DJ.
It's just so funny, like.
I mean, you kind of got to give it to the guy that went 5-0.
Yeah. So is it? I feel like it should be MVP rather than sportsman.
It's a combination of like best sportsmanship, best performance, and there's one more category. It might be like who embodies the Ryder Cup values the best.
I'd give that all the DJ. I don't think there was anybody else who deserved it more. He went 5-0. Okay, performance boost. Sportsmanship. Does a guy ever say a word to his competitors? I don't think I've ever heard him say anything mean, or I don't think I've ever heard him say anything to a competitor.
He didn't really need to give many putts because he was so fucking dominant out there.
Yeah, and then let's see what was the last thing? Who embodies the Ryder Cup? I mean, yeah, DJ does. I mean, did you see how drunk he was when he said the like apps up and then was about to say
that was the most clever thing DJ's ever said in his life.
Yeah.
That was like the one time I've ever heard DJ say something where I've been like, holy shit, that was like kind of witty and almost intelligent.
That was the most amazing thing.
Well, I think it's still behind the best way to hit a cut is to hit a cut. I think
Yeah.
that's.
I think maybe fucked up DJ is the more intelligent DJ because that's
Yeah,
just like his
right.
natural state at this point.
I love him. I mean, God, this was the perfect Ryder Cup. This was just like I just can't. I was so happy watching this.
Although I do love that this was the first year of having a fucking sportsmanship award, and everyone's like complaining about the gimmies they're not getting from the other team, like laying their putters down.
The Bryson
what
one.
The Bryson
was
one
that?
was so funny.
Like, dude, your putter's 38 inches. Like,
Yeah,
maybe 42.
yeah, it's for sure over 40.
So it's like, yeah, I'm not giving you a putt that's three and a half feet. Let's not get.
Who was the first to do it? Was Spieth the first?
Maybe. I want to rank.
I thought it was JT. I didn't know Speed did it.
I thought it was Spieth.
I will. Oh my.
Oh, living on Devon, baby.
Fuck that. There's a lot of cringy ass members of the crew, and like Jordan Spieth, I love you, Jordan, but he's like so cringy.
They're all nerds, dude, except like
him.
Brooks,
I wish I could do
DJ.
like the cringiest list. Like Brooks, DJ, like Harris English, Patrick Cantley, Scotty Scheffler. Scotty was a little cringy too, but like, you know what I mean? They were just like, even Tony Finau like got cringy. Like, and I was just, I don't know. This is for another topic that bothered me, but everything else I loved about the Ryder Cup. They were all drinking mixed drinks. Nobody had a beer in their hand on the 18th hole.
Yeah,
Nobody.
in Wisconsin, nobody's drinking beer.
That's
what
crazy.
the fuck was that?
Yeah, that
crazy.
was like all of them had like, and none of it was. Nobody had. That's how you know it's like all golfers, like kind of feminine ass golfers, is when legitimately none of them are drinking any type of dark liquor either. It's all vodka or tequila.
I mean, that might have just been to
What they
like be a
had.
little more discreet. I don't know.
Yeah, but at the same time, like maybe I don't know the beer, but also I feel like for the pictures I would drink the beer, but then go to the liquor like later. But it was also kind of a baller move that they all had like mixed drinks. I don't know. I kind of go back and forth with that. Now that I think about it, but
That
like,
just reminded me of this one kid I knew in college. He was over at my house. He was over at my house one night before he ended up puking all over my house, but right before he puked, he just turned to us and went, "These mixed drinks, man, fuck." And then immediately just turned and threw up. So anytime I hear somebody just describe them as mixed drinks, that's all I think about.
What do you want me to say?
Cocktails.
Cocktails.
Ooh, that's a good word. Cocktails. Then it's like adulting right there. They're drinking if you compare it, like, oh yeah, they were all drinking mixies on 18, or they were all sipping cocktails. It's like, yeah, riding in style.
Mixies makes it sound like you're like a freshman in college drinking vodka Gatorades in the dorm room.
Like Smear or Svedka Gatorade chaser.
Yeah, Svedka with some blue Gatorade mixed in. It's always blue Gatorade with Svedka. I don't know why, but it just is.
That would have been
Probably
funny.
the only
I
way
would-
to make it go down.
Yeah. No, but God, I just can't keep. How do the Europeans feel? Do you think? Do you think they're just like, this is it? Like, this is over? Like, this is like USA basketball kind of now? Because I just don't see them recovering ever.
I mean, I'm sure most of them are thinking like, okay, revenge year.
Italy's done. It's done for. Who do they have?
Yeah,
They have a lot of good upcoming golfers.
They have the number one player in the world, and then everyone else sucks.
maybe they just shouldn't pick a team where the average age is 35.
It's like the Lakers. I can't find the tweet, but it was the Ryder Cup predicted lineup for next Ryder Cup for Europe, and
There have been so many of those.
like I mean, Europe has young talent coming in. My whole take was that Europe is just behind USA right now. this Ryder Cup obviously signified the trajectory that American golf is on. If they can keep it up, they'll keep it up. Enough of them will keep it up. And Europe is just too far behind. Next year, you'll see something, or 2 years from now, you'll see Europe come out with a much younger team. I mean, you got to think it's Poulter's last, it's Lee Westwood's last.
I don't think Poulter should be on the team.
I think it'll for sure be Poulter and Westwood's last.
I don't know if
you
Westwood, who's never lost a singles match in his whole Ryder Cup career, you don't want him there.
But on the Poulter and Westwood note, it was cool to see them win their final the singles match on Sunday. Because realistically, it probably is their last Ryder Cup. Rory will get another shot. There's no doubt about that.
Westwood's going to be tricky. Yeah, I agree with that.
No, they're all done in 2 years. They're all gone. Maybe, yeah. I mean, like Paul Casey's gone. Maybe they'll keep one of them, but if they're playing hot,
I think Paul Casey's the most likely out of that group to play.
Paul Casey is horrible. I don't know. I'm just so confused at his role in the golf world.
He's to like make you. I don't know, but he plays well in like major competitions that aren't real.
But he doesn't play well enough to win it. But he plays well. So
he's the best. He's the greatest 10th place finisher of all time.
To Paul Casey's credit, he didn't play good because he was even heading into Sunday, but he did have to play, America's hottest team in Morikawa and DJ. But Paul Casey, man, I don't know. It's just you look at the Saturday scores. Outside of Rahm at 15 under, Morikawa 14, DJ 13, Finau 8, JT 7, Cantley 6, Sanders 6. There you get Sergio, Hovland, and Lowry at 6. But after that, it's just a huge drop. Heading into Sunday, you had Poulter at 2 under, Westy at 1 under, Fitz at 1 under, Hatton at 1 under, Casey at even, Fleetwood at 1 over, Rory at 2 over. Outside of Rahm, Sergio, and Hovland, they all played horrible.
And that was a lengthy course.
And the thing is America, I don't even think that they played that well. I'm talking the lower half. Obviously, the top dogs played really freaking well. But, I mean, Harris English didn't play good. Xander didn't play good. I don't think JT played good, although their stats kind of Xander finished at 6 under, JT finished at 10 under. Until Sunday, I just these guys were not playing that.
I mean, Harris English was the only American who played real bad.
Yeah, I felt all the Americans kind of. I think it's
Xander played in any way, shape, or form. I just don't think so.
Xander played okay. He played okay.
But his scores will disagree with me. 6 under ending.
It's more than scores, man.
Exactly. What I'm saying is a lot of the young Americans played okay. Europe could have done something, but the whole week, none of them did anything except the top 3. And it goes to, and I thought this was a huge, you guys probably remember me, I'm talking about par 5s for the week. USA won 34 of them, shot 46 under par. Europe only won 14, shot 22 under. I remember going through the lineup, the matches we're seeing on Friday, and it's I don't really know.
Yeah, it's almost par 5s are probably it's they're the easiest holes to birdie. That's kind of what it makes it seem like. That par 5s, maybe, I don't know. Sean, do you have any insight on why par 5s might be the easiest to birdie and they might play the lowest under par?
Is that anything to do with what I said? The answer is no. So I don't know where you're getting with this.
So the USA has guys who not necessarily hit the ball farther, but they just played the par 5. They just scored better on the par 5s.
And so my point is the par 5s were going to be critical, and that's what they were.
Yeah. And most of them played all downwind, all of them, for the most part.
Yeah. For the most part. Europe's got some stuff to figure out, but they'll come out with a better lineup. Looking back Ryder Cup, it's not that surprising. I mean, it's just like they had the best average World Golf ranking of any Ryder Cup roster ever. Every
And
player won a match before singles.
and
They
I'll tell
set
you
the
this, Jackson,
best.
it's going to be like this for the next 10 years. The
I know,
best
and
players in the world are going to be Americans, and
Yeah,
it's just
actually,
simple as that.
once the new OWGR rules kick in, they're not as favorable towards Europeans. It's going to become even more lopsided in regards to that
Yeah.
stat.
So
love it.
what I'm saying is, it just goes back to my original point. Europe's just a couple of years behind. I don't know if it'll be next Ryder Cup where you see it in full swing, but I guarantee you 4 or 5 years from now, because this is the way golf's trending.
I mean,
The
maybe
way-
it's, American golf got the Tiger Woods boost where everyone started playing golf because of Tiger, and then America got pretty good like years after Tiger rose to prominence. Maybe Europe will get the Rory McIlroy boost. We got probably 5 years until that fully kicks in. Maybe he inspired a young generation over there.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, I bet.
That could be one thing, but I feel like at the same time, like, God, America is going to be good for the next, 50 years. Like, we just had the big golf boom. Now
America might just
golf.
never lose again.
I'm kind of, like, as dumb as that sounds, is like, I could see them winning the next, 15 losing one of them, but I just think dominance-wise.
This is the American overconfidence that every other country hates us for.
Yeah, but it's like, it makes sense.
I mean, we say this shit like going into every Ryder Cup, and usually we don't back it up.
Yeah, but maybe just play it all at Whistling Straits, because I gotta say I love that course on TV. It's one of my favorite courses to watch on TV. I just think the views are beautiful. I love what the ball does on a linksy style golf course. I like that you can hit a lot of cool shots. I love that there's not out of bounds for the most part. You can just hit the ball anywhere. I don't know. It's a cool course. Anybody else have that take of Whistling? This has been the best Ryder Cup in my opinion. And I think it all has everything to do with Whistling Straits.
Well, Medina was great too.
Yeah,
I think it's just American Ryder Cups are significantly more entertaining. But I think this is just kind of going this is how Ryder Cup, this is how golf is going to be now.
I love how this was I love how this was one of the most linksy style courses they played in probably the past 20 years, and this was in America. Traditionally, next year in Italy, they just choose parkland golf courses. I don't like that. Give me different. Give me abandoned. Sorry.
Did Jackson or did Nick cut out for you too?
I think it is the greatest event.
Yeah.
Did I?
Man, Nick was roasting Jackson's Wi-Fi earlier, and now Nick's cutting out constantly.
No, I have great Wi-Fi. That's the thing is I don't understand it. I pay for the highest speeds.
So do fucking I, but I don't have great Wi-Fi.
I might have to put in
Are you just gonna stop talking halfway through your sentence?
Look at the phone and stop talking.
Ethernet cable.
His girl texted him and he's like, "Oop, gotta respond. Fuck the podcast."
I'm literally looking at my Ethernet cable. I was reading a text from my mom.
Yeah, as I said, your girl texted you.
Moms are girls, statistically.
Yeah, moms are women. Yeah, statistically speaking.
Usually,
but they can identify as any gender. Yeah, I don't know. Team USA, baby. Predictions for Italy?
I don't want to do that. There have been way too many of those already floating around the internet. Yeah.
I was going to say 28-0 USA. But realistically,
27.5 probably.
Yeah.
Fleetwood might sneak in a half point somewhere.
I'm pissed they didn't get to 20.
Doubt it.
I'm really pissed they didn't get to 20.
That would have been cool, but this was already the most dominating performance in Ryder Cup history.
Yeah, but
since the modern era.
Yeah, since it became all of Europe.
How do you guys feel about the Brooks drama? Do you think this was all staged? That's also the other thing.
I think it was so staged.
Yeah, I've heard several sources say it was 100% staged.
Like,
I
all
heard
of
it.
this was-
I heard it was JT that made them hug.
Yeah. Oh, I'm talking about. Do you think it was like all staged and they were like they're just fine? Like, even like
Oh.
all of this has been staged. Or you guys? Or you just think? I think they.
I don't think the original argument was staged. I think they probably just had like never really met each other.
Yeah.
Or like never had extensive conversations.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that now they've had some more exposure to each other. They don't hate each other as much. But I think like everyone trying to make it seem like they're all of a sudden like great friends. I think that's blown out of proportion.
Although it might not be. Who knows? Who knows?
I think it'll be interesting. I think Bryson, like, I think he gained a lot of popularity from quite a few people this week. And I think it'll be interesting to see whether that was just a Ryder Cup thing and people supporting America, or if that's going to carry over. Because, like, I mean, even Patrick Reed's popular during the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
But he's also gaining popularity. Patrick Reed in general is gaining more popularity. I think that I think it'll be a Patrick Reed situation, and then Bryson will win a big tournament next year, and it'll all change. But a lot of it really depends on how Bryson carries himself, and what he says.
Oh
and all
shit!
That type
Isn't
of
he
stuff.
doing the World Long Drive stuff today?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was just actually looking that up.
Hop on a jet.
Looking that up.
It's tomorrow at noon Pacific time.
I think I'm playing Whistling Straits next week, which would be amazing. I was texting Nick all week, or when I was watching, I was always curious what Nick got on these holes, but apparently, did they play all of Sunday up, or was that just the first hole?
The first hole they didn't really play up. It was just downwind and like it's a shorter hole. I thought it was like I think it's like 364, but they played it a little bit up on the tee box.
Yeah,
they were probably playing at like 340.
Yeah. Bryson nuked that. I can't believe he made the putt though. Like, that was crazy. This was the first time I've ever woken up before, like, Sunday. I woke up at 9:30 to prepare for the Sunday. I don't think I've ever done that for any normal event. It's kind of funny because you go back to the origination of golfballing, and it was at the 2014 Ryder Cup, and it's kind of crazy. There's just something about the tournament. And it's weird because the President's Cup sucks. So, just not a fan of the President's Cup.
I agree. They tweeted out something like, "We're ready for you guys" or something. And I'm like, nobody cares.
No one cares.
Like, nobody
Even
actually
when Tigers
cares.
no one cares.
The President's Cup, it's especially this next one. It's not will the U.S. win. It's how many are we going to win by.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave us a bit of a scare during the last President's Cup, but let's be realistic. That's not happening again.
Yeah. Never.
There's nothing worse than...
Does anybody... I don't think I've watched the President's Cup.
Well, you've definitely played it in 2012, Tiger Woods, and it's like the easiest event ever because you get to a certain point and it's like, all right, for Europe, we're going to have to pick a girl here. Who should we pair him up? Oh, all right, I guess DJ's playing a girl. All right.
It's not
from
Europe,
the same tees.
Yeah. Or yeah,
I wonder
Europe.
who's gonna win.
Yeah, I wonder if I were to simulate this, who would win the... It's hard to decide.
Oh shit, DJ wins 10-8.
There was a part of me that thought Justin Thomas was gonna win like 10 up.
Jeez.
10-8. I honestly thought he was when he started kind of getting on the rolls. Like,
Who did he
same with
play?
Scotty.
Was it Hatton? No, it wasn't Hatton, was it?
I think it was Haddon.
Was it Hatton? Hatton stood no chance the entire week.
I think Hatton. Hatton finished the worst score-wise.
Hatton sucked.
John Rahm, though, we got to talk. Just John Rahm is an unbelievable talent. Like, I think he was like, he really showcased he's the number one player in the world. Like,
Hadn't shot
really good.
fucking even. Picking balls up. John Rahm finishes at 16 under. Didn't have a good Sunday, but
Who finished the highest? Lowest.
Dustin Johnson.
Yeah, DJ was 19, Morikawa was 18, and then Rahm was third at 16.
I feel like with all the pressure Rahm had on him, in kind of a sense of like having to, I don't know, I just felt like he played his heart out and really hit some shots where I was like, God damn.
I don't think that Scotty Scheffler. So I think that Scotty will implement himself now as a winner on the tour. Like I feel like there was a tweet, I don't know who it was, but it was like I think Scotty Scheffler just became Scotty Scheffler this week. If Scotty didn't have that Sunday, I would feel differently. I mean, Scotty shot what 69 on Sunday. I don't even think Scotty played that well Sunday outside of the first like 4 or 5 holes. 6 holes was it?
Well, he just beat the number 1 player in the world.
I know, but John Rahm.
Okay, here's the thing. Also, all those scores are like you can throw out scores in the window because you get to pick up. So if you make a double, you get to pick up in a sense. So nobody like actually. It's just like a different style of golf. So like, throw scores out the window.
I mean,
he went out and
but
beat the number 1 player in the world.
Well, and just
shit.
even just talking about that, the better stat to look at is the birdies per hole.
Yeah.
And Scheffler actually didn't rank too well there.
He didn't play that good. I'm telling you, he did not play that good. He played like 5 or 6 really good holes on Sunday, and then that was it. However, I still think that this will have him come into his shoes, but I'm like seeing all this stuff on Twitter where it's like this man is Jesus, and it's like he didn't even play
I wouldn't
that.
say that.
I mean, he still did beat the number 1 player in the world, like in a match play setting. That's pretty sick.
He's done that twice.
I don't get why that's
twice
such a crazy thing to do.
The number one player in the world has only ever lost 3 times in a singles match during the Ryder Cup.
Wow, and how many has he played? 3?
No,
history.
Yeah.
The number 1 of either side, you said?
Yes.
Whoever's the number 1 ranked player in the world
Has lost what?
This was only the 3rd time in
So-
Ryder Cup history that they lost a singles match.
Was Rory? Do you think Rory was number 1 either the last 4 years or no?
I mean, he would have been number 1 for some of his Ryder Cups.
So yeah, because Rory in the last 2 Ryder Cups has gone 0-2 on Sunday. So if that's 5 years, I'm trying to think.
I don't think Rory would have been.
Yeah, I
number
don't think he would have been number 1.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
I mean, that would probably be a lot of DJ.
It's a year too late.
I think Scotty Scheffler kind of cemented himself into like, hey, he belongs here. And you heard people like, no, because he was the last captain's pick, and everyone was like, we should have had Kevin Na and Kevin Kisner. I'm like,
yeah, a lot of people were questioning the Scotty Scheffler pick. I'll give Nick that.
Yeah, like do you think I think Kevin Kisner himself would have said like, fuck, I would have played like.
Kisner would be just a god awful choice for Whistling Straits.
But do you think
that is not a good course for him?
Would he have not shot 5 under? Would he have shot over par?
I don't know. He's just not like.
It's not like John Rahm's loss did anything for Europe. It's not like it was like, oh,
No,
John Rahm loses.
No, it's just like the people before saying like, hey, I think that was really like a prove yourself moment. Like, anybody who I think he really showed he'd belong to be there, and that's all I'm saying is that.
Yeah. I mean, John Rahm didn't play great on Sunday, but like Scotty Scheffler still went out and beat the only player that was playing well for Europe,
Sergio Garcia,
and the number 1 player in the world.
I'm not saying like Scotty Scheffler is going to be the number 1 player in the world, but I think like kind of cemented himself in like, hey, I could see him being here for like, or being in like the top, going on and winning a tournament. He's really close. I could see him winning a major. I could see him like, honestly, I feel like he'll get a major before Xander, personally. Poor Xander. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just.
Exactly. I agree with you. I think he cemented himself into Scotty Scheffler. All I'm saying is he didn't play good. he didn't play that good as much as like Twitter's hyping him up. But I guess when you beat the number one player in the world, but I'm like thinking in my head, like
He didn't play all the holes, so
I'm like, but
I'm
why
gonna
does
say
beating the number one player in the world mean anything unless the number one player in the
whatever.
world is Tiger
Whatever.
Woods?
Okay, whatever.
Like if we had done the Ryder Cup 2 months ago, wouldn't it have been DJ? Or 3 months ago, but whenever the U.S. Open was. I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens to Sky Scheffler's career now.
I still think it's. I mean, John Rahm has been like, just it's a combination of things. So John Rahm has been like the most consistent golfer in the last year or two.
Mm-hmm.
He is like the current number one. He was playing the best on the European team. Scottie Scheffler was the only underdog on the U.S. side going into those Sunday matches. So like he wasn't expected to win by any standards, and he comes out, birdies 5 of the first 6 holes. Like that's pretty fucking impressive.
If any of your if all of your players are inside the top 25 in the world, like I don't think that stat matters at all. But yeah, he started really well. If he didn't start that way, I don't think that match ends that way.
Mm-hmm.
But you could tell John Rahm did not have his best stuff. But yeah, I think this is a stupid argument because we're in agreement.
I mean, yeah, I think all we're saying is it's going to be a big confidence builder for Scotty. Like he
birdied
still
the
won
first
4 and 3.
holes.
That's what I'm saying. The same fucking thing is what I'm so confused at.
He birdied the first fucking 4 holes. That is impressive in any matter, especially to do that in a Ryder Cup setting, to come out there and be like, I think that's impressive in itself. And honestly, that bogey on 5 he threw it in the water, and it was like, if it flew a couple feet, that thing was probably like really good. So, I mean, it's as simple as that. He could a couple and like, oh, maybe he makes an eagle. Like, I mean, it's just he played well. That's all. And nobody's saying he's the number one player in the world or he's gonna win the next 4 majors. I'm just saying, like, yeah, I like Scottie Scheffler. Good player. USA, baby.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. And then you got Brooks almost holing out. That would have been amazing. On 17.
Oh, that shot was fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm. I saw a tweet where supposedly he said, like, well, somebody screamed in the crowd, like, pulling it up, like, go in or give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up.
This commercial break is brought to you by Jackson Elstro.
A fan shouted, "Get in the hole," and Brooks Koepka said right after, "It is." Like, imagine that actually went it. Like, it was so close to going in, but just imagine that early of a call off as someone yells, "Get in the hole." It is.
And that would have been like the official clinching point too, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been pretty electric.
I thought Colin Morikawa was the clincher.
Yeah, but it was just the way he did it. I was just like, like.
I still think I can't remember, but I still thought at the time that if that went in, it would have been the
It would
clincher.
have. It has to be official, and so he won that hole, and then Morikawa had a putt for par, and then he missed it, and I was like, that was not how I wanted to see like your match ended. And
I thought Morikawa on 16.
He made the putt on 17, same hole as Brooks.
So makes a putt on 17, they are automatically winning. I thought at that point.
Yes, but it was dormy. So going into the final hole, it secured the half point.
Yeah, to win.
Not to win. He was going to get a half point. He Victor Hovland.
The worst he could do was get a half point, which would have won it for the U.S.
Yes,
exactly.
But like, it's not an official half point till the match is over.
Exactly. And Brooks, if he would have made that, would have ended
technically
right
would have been the
clinching,
official clinching shot.
Yeah, because it would have. Yeah. It's like it would have went in before.
Yeah, Colin finished.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I don't think it makes it impressive, but
it still would have just been cool if
a
hole in one to officially end it.
Yeah. That would have been.
That would be the best time.
It would have been
that was an inch.
Icing on the cake.
That would have been the best time ever to tweet the Vince Carter gif.
It's over. That would have been I would have. I feel like Brooks would have thrown his club into Lake Michigan, and then somebody went and tried to get it, and that would be like a $300,000 golf club.
I think if that happened, there wouldn't be any. I don't think there is much debate on that this was the best American Ryder Cup team in history, but I think that would have been like, okay, that's not even close.
If he would have made that, I wish like the entire everyone stopped playing their match on the course and it was just over. Like, I'm being serious. I think that would have been the cool. Like, the roar that you probably would have heard through the golf
it would have been
course.
so loud.
Sorry, I just.
Anyone on Team Europe's like, fuck, a mixie. It's got me. Blech.
Yeah, I think that's cool that they partied together. Did you guys see that they like all party together? I like that. Like, that's.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Oh. It's like 30 men.
I mean, it is Sheboygan.
Drinking.
There's not much to do.
Yeah, what else was Europe going to do? Hop on a jet?
Get in the ballroom and just kind of. And like, you can't. I feel like the Ryder Cup's more of like a celebrate. It's not like you're upset that you lost, but you're there to like compete in it, and it's just such a cool experience. And like Rory said, I think it's the greatest event in golf.
The PGA Championship, but yeah.
The John Deere Classic.
Detroit Mortgage. There's a lot of. It's like 1B, 1A, 1C.
Can I actually tell you? One of my friends this weekend, so I was like checking Ryder Cup scores, and she just goes, "Oh, that's the tournament where the pros play the celebrities, right?" I was like, "No, that's the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am." You really think I'd be checking scores for that shit?
Oh, it would have been so funny if she said, "Oh, is that the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am?"
Europe versus the US, AT&T, yeah.
Facepalm. I wore my Bryson hoodie all week for like 4 straight days, and I guess there's not a single golf fan or Bryson fan in America or in Chicago.
I bet that thing was smelling fresh by day 4.
Still haven't washed it. Yeah. I bet it doesn't really smell, but yeah.
Side note, can we talk about Cantley's no hat decision on Sunday?
It's very bold.
I didn't like it.
Baller. He was waiting for the team photos after. He didn't want a hat on first.
I don't think he's got the right hairline to be rocking the no hat look on Sunday.
Cantley can do whatever he wants. I love that guy.
That's funny, Sean, because I was thinking on Sunday, I was like, damn, Patrick Cantley really can just like wake up and leave his place. Like, he doesn't have to do anything. Like, he doesn't have to shave. He doesn't have to style his hair. He's going to look the same no matter what he does. So he's already come to terms with it, and he just rolls out of bed and goes play golf.
Yeah, he just kind of has just a disheveled look regularly.
He looks like he's like 36 with like 3 kids and
he looks like he's going through a fresh divorce, and he's 36 with 3 kids and 2 mortgages.
Really,
he's like, fuck, I've got my kids this weekend. I gotta go pick them up.
It's like golf. Like,
he rolled out of the strip club at like 3 a.m. on Friday, and he's like, "Oh, time to go pick up my fucking kids."
God damn it! How about something that was underrated? I think the whole season. Scotty Scheffler's wife or girlfriend.
We couldn't even see her face. She had sunglasses on the entire time.
Good for Scotty.
Good for Scotty that he's got a girlfriend.
I mean, yeah. Same thing goes for Scotty. I'm surprised. Like, same thing. Roll out of bed.
I mean, clearly you haven't heard the song "Scotty Doesn't Know."
I have not.
You actually don't know that song?
Scotty Barnes.
Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty Barnes doesn't know how many minutes he's gonna get.
Jackson, you should actually listen to the song. Actually, Nick, stop it. That doesn't sound anything like a song.
Should I play it real quick for the pod?
No, we copyright.
Yeah, but I want you to maybe even mute yourself real quick, listen to it, and then reevaluate that take.
What is it called?
Scotty Doesn't Know.
Oh.
Yeah, listen to the full song, and then we'll just kind of sit here and think
mute yourself before you play it.
Yeah.
You're not muted.
That sounds loud.
All right, there we go. That's nice. Okay, now we don't have to listen to that guy talk for a little bit.
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear his reaction.
Yeah.
That
No, this
song,
is smart, Sean. This is smart because like now we can like maybe talk about something we want to talk about, so Jackson can't hear. But
I can't. I feel. You know what? I'm gonna offer an official apology to everyone who listened to Jackson's solo pod. I didn't listen to it myself. I know there were some shots at me in there, but I'm sorry you had to sit through that.
I started listening to it because I thought that was our last podcast, and then I realized it was just Jackson. And he's got a cute smile. I'm trying to see if he can hear me. He's got a cute smile. But yeah, no, then I turned it off when I realized it was just Jackson, because then I was like, I don't want to listen to Jackson. I listened to him enough on this podcast already. I don't need to hear his voice anymore.
I had a lot of people like either come up to me and ask me or text me like, did that kid Jackson record a solo podcast? What's he doing?
He's just talking to himself.
Yeah. That's kind of an absurd idea for a podcast, but
it's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute. How was it?
Well, I didn't listen to the whole song.
Yeah, but doesn't it make the Scotty Scheffler girlfriend joke more funny now?
I don't get it.
The whole song is about a guy named Scotty who doesn't know that his girlfriend's cheating on him, and like she thinks he's at church, or he thinks she's at church, and she's getting just porked.
You think Jackson listened to the lyrics? Can you?
No, I got that, but I don't understand how it translates to Scotty Scheffler.
You brought up Scotty Scheffler's girlfriend, and I just said Scotty doesn't know. Like,
it's for the intellectuals.
Normal joke. I still don't really.
Yeah.
But I just needed you to hear the song because
okay.
The fact that you didn't get that joke is wild and offensive.
I feel bad for Scotty, but what doesn't know that won't hurt, won't kill him. Fuck.
Yeah. Never mind.
Is there something I don't know?
Yeah.
Is my girlfriend cheating on me?
Yeah, the whole time you were dating Nicole, she was cheating on you with Nick.
Jesus Christ. Let's just never say that again. Like can we ban someone from the podcast? Oh my god.
The funny thing is that it's almost believable.
No, it's not believable at all. It's not believable.
I wouldn't put it past.
I wouldn't put it past the Navarro family.
God, I hate this podcast so much. I don't know. It for my mental health.
There's no way it hasn't happened. That's all I'm saying.
Just the thought.
I'm sure it's been talked about.
No. Stop.
I'm sure Nick's therapist could offer more insight. I don't know if Nick's that open during therapy.
Tune in on Thursday. We'll find out.
Yeah, we have Nick's therapist as a special guest.
Yeah, I'll bring her on. I'm talking to her tomorrow.
She's gonna, break all confidentiality that she's bound to. She's gonna let us know all the ins and outs of Nick's mind.
Yeah, yeah. There's not a lot going on up there, so I don't know how much. Actually, there's a lot going on.
Beat, cheese, girls, golf.
Actually, that's such a. I should get that. I get a T-shirt that just says "Meat, Cheese, Girls, Golf." That's kind of my life. Yeah. God, I'm writing that down.
It's meat and cheese and girls and golf. Like they're two.
Meat and cheese, girls and golf.
No, like girls golf team. I'm just kidding. Not that weird.
Girls and golf.
If you're like a weirdo, that joke would have been funny. But
I guess. If your name was started with an S and ended with an O'Grady.
Are you suggesting that I only pursue girls golfers?
No. You have a type though. But
yeah, and it's not girls golfers.
Yeah.
It
used to be in high school.
It was in high school, but that's because that was all I had exposure to back then.
Yeah.
Now I have a very defined type. I won't go into details on the podcast, but
we won't talk about Sean's dating.
All of my friends know it.
I think, yeah.
I don't know if you guys know it,
but we don't know it because we're not friends with Sean.
I would say I 100,000% know it. I don't think it's
no. I know, but we're not friends. He said my friends, and I said we're not his friends.
That was the joke when I said I don't think you guys know it.
Sean, because Sean's starts the pod, or like, you know, we meet before the podcast, and he goes, yeah, like I was at this bar, and like my brother was there, and like you guys should have came on Saturday. I'm like,
I'm gonna go on like Connor's last Instagram post.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like his shit.
I was like, hey buddy, you never texted us to come hang out with you.
You know what? I was intoxicated, and I was you know,
because we never
having
got
fun.
me and Jackson were together. I'm pretty sure at the time, probably, maybe.
I only knew you guys were together on Saturday, and I wasn't in that area.
I would
so
say
Sunday you were there.
we were
No, I was there Friday.
It was never going to be us in the area. I would say this, because on my day one recap, I made fun of Sean because it's like, I won't even take a shot at him, but I think it's crazy when you have a quote unquote best friend come and visit your city numerous occasions and you don't even know it. He doesn't even make an attempt. I think it's really shitty. I think it's a douchebag move, and that's what I said in the podcast. It reminds me of my dad, to be honest. I think it's a DB move. I think every listener would agree. I can't ever imagine visiting South Bend for an entire weekend and then like not even making an attempt. I think it speaks volumes, but I think it's something that we've already known for the last like at least 6 months.
Were you there Friday night?
I was.
Okay, so I honestly was very close to going to Sluggers that night. So that would have been really funny if I would have walked in there and saw Sean O'Grady.
You would have seen some shit.
Sluggers is kind of whack.
I don't think I've ever been drunk with Sean.
No, I've never. I don't think I've. Oh, I guess Houston. We're never like drunk, but
we're doing other stuff, golfing.
Yeah, I guess.
You guys have never seen me like out.
Yeah, no, it would have been a cool experience, but I guess we'll maybe see you in like.
You know, you always wonder why people say I'm funny, and
I don't even
just
care.
Can't comprehend that, and I think it's because you've never seen me out.
And the best part is I don't really care.
Yeah, Jackson doesn't really care, but I care. Maybe we should go out for drinks sometime. You know, like the three amigos. You know, we've done 139 podcasts.
I'm not interested. I'm busy. I can't.
That's good. I'm busy too.
I can go hang out with himself and
I'm free.
Think of some joke. Think of a joke.
Nick, I'm free for you that night.
Nick, go hang out with him and his therapist and Sean. You guys can have a fucking special guest sneak up podcast live premiere. That would actually be like getting Nick's therapist on this podcast. Like for OG listeners, would actually just be like an unreal. Like
she wouldn't be able to. No, she wouldn't be able to say anything about it.
No, but in a hypothetical world, it'd be like it's just so fun. Like it'd just be perfect. Like that would be awesome. That would be so awesome. It'd be better than any guest we've ever had on here. No offense to all the guests we've had on here.
If we could pay her enough money to just be brutally honest. Like, if we could pay her enough so that she could quit her job and not have to deal with the consequences of her actions,
buy her out.
It would be a real fun episode.
Let's get a hold of her agent. Let's try and buy this out.
Yeah. We might need to consult a bank, take out a small loan.
Take out a sizable small loan to get this buyout in the works.
I mean, interest rates are low.
Well,
we could have her on anonymously, maybe, and just say it's not her talking about it.
Distort the voice.
Yeah, this is Nick's therapist.
We have somebody who isn't Nick's therapist here on the podcast today.
Yeah. So if you were Nick's therapist, like what would his thoughts be? Like hypothetically speaking.
If you had to guess, if you were Nick's therapist, what would be the deepest, darkest secret he's ever confessed?
Probably the thing about him and his sister.
I think Nick's got more skeletons in the closet than that.
No, I really don't. I don't have many skeletons in the closet. I really don't.
The answer? His sister and his mother.
Jeez.
Jesus
now I'm grossed out.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk anymore.
I don't know how Nick and Nicole didn't gross me out, but that grossed me out.
I think Nick and Nicole, it's too plausible to gross anyone out.
I think it's
No, I think Nick and Nicole turned Jackson on because he's fucking attracted to my sister and he's attracted to me. So he's probably like, fuck.
I think he's hoped for a 3-way at some point.
I don't think that's too absurd.
Probably.
I don't think so.
Weird. It's fucking weird. I would never touch my sister with a fucking 42-foot pole.
Now it feels weird.
Well, the pole you're packing ain't close to 42 feet.
I'm done. I don't want to. All right.
I think that's
Bye.
enough for today's episode.
This has been enough for fucking
Nick should have
a
just
week.
logged off when his computer fell. As I said, I suggested that he didn't take my suggestion, so this is on him.
I agree.
Oh, should we do a real quick horoscope?
Yeah.
I
do
deleted Snapchat, so I can't do these anymore.
Why did
That's where you get
delete
your horoscopes
Snapchat?
from?
Yes, Sean. Hold on. Let me find my password.
No, I'll just Google horoscopes.
No, can you go on Cosmo Snapchat?
I'll try.
You just go all the way to the end, and it should give you a daily horoscope.
Like scroll all the way to the bottom.
No, Nick, can you do it?
I don't look at Cosmo on
Just
Snapchat.
type in
I'm sorry.
Cosmo on the fucking site.
I deleted Snapchat too. Where do I go? Not my. It's Travis Scott shared the big surprise with Strawberry. Like,
I go all the way to the end.
God, this is so fucking stupid.
It's gonna be a part of your daily routine, so don't act all mad now.
I know. I can just get it. Okay, this is what's happening. Sentence scopes by Jake's Astrology. I'm a Cancer. They don't have me on here. Oh no, your family's driving you cray. I wouldn't say. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that. Jackson's a Leo. Mind your manners.
Fuck.
What are you, Sean?
Aries.
Aries. Ugh. Relationship drama. Yeah, that's the horoscopes for today.
Cool.
Everyone hope that Sean's doing good with his relationship.
Kind of boring this week.
Yeah.
Do better, Jake.
Do better, Jake.
Oh, Stafford added me back on Snapchat. Oh, I'm kind of glad I downloaded it.
He added you on Snapchat?
He added me back. I added him like I don't know how long ago. All right, I think that's it for fucking talking about really dumb stuff now.
Tell me what's a Snapchat? I gotta find it.
Well, it should be just in your like phone contact.
I don't know why I can't find it.
Cause, yeah, his name isn't anything close.
Oh,
Well, I don't think we need to keep talking about what his Snapchat username is. On
I just want to
the
find
podcast.
out.
I'm sure we could sort that out after. Thank you all for listening. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know,
Once again, we
leave
haven't
us
had
a
a review in a very long time. So
yeah. If you want to be talked about, leave us a review. If you have any suggestions, you know,
yeah, you guys have
either
been
keep them to yourself or DM us, whichever one you want.
Hopefully it's the latter.
If you're concerned about Nick's mental health,
Don't.
stop.
He'll figure it out. We'll take care of him. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.